Okay, all right.
You haven't done.
Good evening. Notice is hereby given that a regular meeting of the Animal Control Advisory Committee of the City of Sandy Oaks, Texas, will be held on Monday, July 25th, 2022, at 6:30 p.m. at 22870 Priest Road, Sandy Oaks, Texas. All agenda items are subject to action. It is 6:33. Okay. It's all recorded. We can skip all that. So I guess we're called to order at 6:33 p.m. Let's rise for the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance
To the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Where's the sentence? Okay. I don't have any citizens to be heard. We got two members out tonight. Okay. We got number 4. We're going to postpone that one. Kathleen wanted to talk about that. She's not here.
Okay.
She also wanted to talk about number 5. So I guess we can postpone that one. And I guess we just have our open
Okay.
our open discussion.
Moving right along then to agenda
Quickest
items.
meeting I attended. It's the quickest meeting we've had in town.
Okay, I have been working on this this foster packet
Mhm.
that I gave to y'all in the last meeting. I've come to the part where I can't really do anything until we get a vet of record.
Do we what?
Till we get a vet of record.
Okay.
So we're kind of stuck on that one for a little bit. I talked to a lady, she's interested in being a volunteer for us,
Okay.
but she can't make the meetings because of her work schedule. But she's still interested in working with the Acac. So we're interested in feeding and watering and things of that nature. She
We
used
call
to
those
work-
people volunteers.
Yes, exactly. She used to work with a vet from Palo Alto College.
Please put me in touch with these people.
Yes, that's what I was thinking. We need a vet of record.
Uh,
And they have a big program out there at Palo
I-
Alto for veterinary services.
I'm
Okay,
That's right.
what's the name of this place?
Palo Alto College.
Let me scribble this down.
they have the vet tech program.
Yes.
Okay, my other thought regarding the vet of record, I was gonna call the mayors of other small cities around here and
See who they use.
and see who they use because, you know, they also have animal control facilities. Somebody somewhere
Gotta know somebody.
has to be available to do this.
Exactly.
Where's Palo Alto College at?
Right here in Fort Zen, south side of town. Fort
Okay.
Zen out that, out by Highway 16. Or is it 16?
I'll find it.
It's
Jordanton Freeway, out in that area.
it's off 410 before you get to Interstate 35.
Okay.
Yeah.
I don't remember the
I think
I don't
the
remember
exit.
Yeah,
In the
I don't
past, what
remember
was
the
the
exit.
compensation for these vets?
Well, nobody was interested. You can't negotiate compensation before you.
Well, I didn't know if we used to have one that had compensation.
No, we've never had one. We've never had a shelter meeting.
Okay.
Yeah.
That makes sense.
Well, we've always had a chairman, but we've never had a meeting. You know, the animal control budget is currently carrying surplus funds, so we could negotiate and pay as needed. Uh, They need to attend 3 meetings per year. You can have however many you want to with a minimum of 3 meetings with the vet and your animal rescue group representative. Other than that, you can have as many meetings you want. But, you know, you're required to have a vet in attendance for 3 meetings. Plus, they need to do an annual facility inspection.
Yeah.
Yeah, I remember you saying the last time one was done, we had to bring a vet in
Mhm.
just for that one reason, that they'll do that, but nothing else.
Yeah, they'll do that, but they don't want to do the committee meetings after hours.
Mhm.
Uh,
This is a rough one to put together, isn't it?
Well, I hope I'm not speaking out of turn, but a whole lot of committee activities is driven by the chair.
Mhm.
And that's all I have to say about the
Fine.
subject, sir. No, I'll go ahead and say it. The administration also has to support the functions of the committee.
Yes.
Absolutely. Very true.
So,
So we need a vet tech even more quicker than what we did.
no, not a tech, a veterinarian.
My apologies, wrong term. I didn't write tech on my paperwork though.
A
We need a vet.
vet of record.
Vet, yeah, there we go. Vet of
Yeah.
record. That's how I worded it. Vet of record.
And then you
Sure.
have to have somebody connected to animal rescue or a vet's office, or what was the?
What was that young lady's
The
name?
phraseology was a rescue organization.
Rescue organization.
Mhm.
Lynette Fetterspell was, but I don't know if she's available to still do something like that. That's the one we had originally,
Was that the young lady that was here at the one meeting?
no, that's Lorena.
That's Lorena. She didn't come today.
Actually, Lynette's not a rescue organization.
Right, but she had contacts with a lot of them.
We actually have a rescue over here off of 1604,
Mhm.
and I forget the name because
But if Lorena wanted to be on it, she would be perfect. She's a
I heard
rescue.
uh,
Lorena's a rescue.
what again, I don't think she's a rescue organization, but I think she could probably get
She knows the people.
credentials from a
Right.
rescue organization. To be a rescue organization, at minimum, you have to be a nonprofit registered with the state.
I read that. I'd have to read it again, but I think I read that the state breakdown for what's needed in that position was somebody who functions in the role of animal rescue.
Okay, we
We
can,
we might have to
Might
look
wanna
that
have
up
to address
again.
that. Take a look at it again.
I want to say it's HS 829 or something like that. It's in the 820s.
There she is. Come
Yeah,
on in.
Apologize for being late.
Health and
Please.
Safety Code, Chapter 800. Yeah. We'll take your seat, ma'am.
Thank you, sir.
Welcome.
Good to see you again.
Good to
Young
see
lady,
you.
we just had you in conversation.
Yes.
Oh, no wonder
I
I
knew
was.
we were thinking
I
about
better
it.
get there, I better get there.
Uh, Okay, do you want to readdress agenda items 3 and 4 or?
No, because that's what Kathleen was interested in
Oh,
doing.
okay.
She was
Uh,
gonna speak about those.
We're in agenda item 5,
Six.
open discussion and throwing out ideas, ma'am.
Okay,
On number 6. We were talking about our vet of record. And if people are rescue, are you an actual rescue or do you just work with people that do the rescues?
I work with rescues.
You work with the rescue?
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay,
Yeah,
that was one of our questions.
yeah, no. My job is to kind of get them ready and everything and set up the appointments, the transport and everything, so they get moving. I used to rescue myself, but it's hard when it's just yourself,
Yeah.
so it's much easier.
It's the person that goes between the rescue, where the animals are coming from. I can't remember that term. It evades me now. You know what I'm thinking of. Liaisons.
Liaison, okay. Yeah, I will send you the health and safety code with the requirements.
Okay.
I have that in PDF.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Lorraine, what we were talking about was on, what's that other committee that I'm supposed to be working with?
Animal Shelter Advisory Committee.
The Animal Shelter Advisory Committee. It's really not up and going right now. I'm supposed to be running that one. Things that we're missing, some of the things that you could probably do, which is more or less a liaisons between here and those rescues, but we're gonna find out for sure, looking what the rule book says, what state law says about it. The other thing we're missing is a vet of record, which I've been shot down all over Bear County. So I've got to look elsewhere. Some good ideas have been mentioned already about Palo Alto College, going up there and talking to them, seeing about who they got that would be willing to do this. Because apparently Sandy Oaks has never had a vet for record. Had some vets that they worked with, but nobody committed to doing this.
Correct.
And that's what we need, is that commitment.
Oh, do we have anybody on hold there? Or do I need to open it up?
No, let's open it up, see if anybody else wants to dish in.
Well, I
with us.
don't know where to do that.
Oh,
I think they would pop up, wouldn't they?
Ma'am?
Normally it pops up above participants. It would be, you would see it right now. And it says waiting to be admitted or something to that effect.
I think I have
And there's
to
nobody
open-
there, so.
okay. No.
No, that doesn't work. I think I have to open a function here. But
Put them more and see what that pulls
Yeah,
up.
let's see what the three dots do. By golly, that's some small print right over there.
yeah,
I think it
nobody
says
can read that
something
any
more.
better than I, right?
Well, right now I can see where it says participants is one. I guess that'd be just us right now.
I think that says something about a room, does it not?
You know what? It's not-
Walk up there and read that stuff, Derek.
This breakout room.
Oh,
Okay, I'm ready for my
yeah,
close-up, Mr. DeVille. Breakout rooms.
that's different.
Nope, that's not what we need.
Come over to your left. One more. Go to the,
Nope, okay.
where you go? Back over to your right,
Nope, one over.
that one. And then a little bit to the right side of that.
Go to the arrow on that.
Yep, that's the one. Click that arrow, sir. Oh, invites.
Yeah,
That means the
normally,
only people on here right now is us. Nobody in town's watching.
Well, no, actually, there's a, what's that say? Mickey Ball?
Yeah,
that's your contact.
that's contact information.
Okay,
That's contact information.
Whose phone is ringing?
It's mine have been better. No, it's not.
Not mine.
Oh, their phone's on silent. I can hear it buzzing on the table.
okay. Well,
That's
I'm
okay.
sorry, Mr. Thomas, yeah, can't help you.
Well, as always.
So
Sadly
we work
enough.
with the bid and then,
What are,
He said he's been having trouble seeing the videos.
Huh?
He said he's been having trouble seeing the videos.
well, no, he can't join. He wanted to join.
Oh,
Who can't see the videos?
Thomasini.
Oh, you know why?
Mm-mm.
I'm not finding any of them up in the city
I haven't
video
either.
YouTube site.
Hmm. I thought they were,
And I think I sent last week a message to Kathleen. I'll follow up with her about that.
Okay. I will address that later.
I have a
I'm
couple
sure that
questions.
his
Sorry.
concern
Please.
was,
Ask. I was going to the city of San Diego's website, see if I can find
Oh,
it.
no, if you want to finish, that's fine.
No, I was just looking up City of San Diego's, our own website, see what's on there real quick.
Okay,
But please ask your questions.
okay, first, why Sandy Oaks want an animal control service?
why do we want one?
Why?
Yeah,
Because people are being attacked in the streets. They're scared to use the park. Animals are being killed by being ran over.
okay.
Or shot.
Or shot.
Sadly enough.
We have issues.
Bus stops is gonna be the.
Generally speaking, we have 2 to 3 dog bite incidents a year here. And anyone want to take a guess? 20, 30 animals ran over and killed in the street.
Probably.
The reason why I was asking, I know it sounds like a silly question, but
No, it's not.
I just want to find, I want to understand what are the basis for what we're doing. So when I understand what you're saying, and I know already all that, but I want to see what's the reality right now and what are the main points that we have to focus on. Like I said, the biting and the animals being loose. So
The
what's
main point is that
thing?
we have a lot of loose running animals.
Yeah, so it will be.
Friday last week, I had a bike wreck because of one. I
Oh,
wrecked my
and
Indian. Yeah, I hit a dog at 6 o'clock in the morning going down Priest Road. It wasn't bad enough. I didn't drop the bike. I went on to work. I got to fix my bike. When I turned around to go back, it wasn't just that dog. There was 3 other dogs with it. Yes, the dog even survived. She was pretty
Yeah.
ornery.
You
Bless her
should be
heart.
happy it wasn't a horse.
I'm just glad she wasn't dead. It'd break my heart.
Yeah,
But
we've
now
all,
I'm on a motorcycle. I get the chances I take. Most people around here driving cars, they don't want to put up with that internal pain of knowing they killed somebody's family pet.
Yeah.
When I came home from work that day, on my way back home, I made a point to stop where that accident occurred at. Those 4 dogs were there. Now they're on the inside of the fence. The fence is now locked and chained shut. Nobody would come out to see me or talk to me. They have no idea who I was, and I understand that. Because they're afraid I'm going to sit there and go, well, I'm going to sue you to fix my bike. No, I got insurance. I ain't worried about that. I wanted to know that the dog was going to be okay. I got to see her. I know she is okay.
You know why the dog was inside the fence?
They put her inside after the wreck
The owner came home from work
Mhm.
and then locked it up.
because
They
there are a
open the
lot of
fences.
properties here that when they leave for work, they leave the gate open, let the animals roam.
Mhm.
And when they get home, the animal's hungry and thirsty, so it runs in the yard and they close the gate then.
They know where their food and water is coming from. But
Yeah.
with, not just with my one particular incident, like Charles said, people are being bit.
Mhm.
To deal with animals out at the bus stops. I got 2 grandsons. They know their family dog. When they're at my house, my dogs even scare them. They're afraid of every dog out there. I understand that animals react to the energy they receive from the person that's around them. My grandkids would, unfortunately, my 2 grandsons would spin up a dog quick because they get excited, they get anxious, they get to screaming and hollering and running.
kids.
And well, that's them being kids.
Yeah.
But somebody's relatively nice, kind, loving dog feeds into that energy. And now that nice, kind, loving dog wants to nip and bite, not meaning no harm to anybody. That's how they play. I understand that. But these dogs can't be out here on the roam. They just can't be left
Well,
unattended.
I will still state publicly and openly that most dogs at a bus stop went there with their kids.
I think you're
Yes.
right.
They belong to the neighbors directly related to that bus.
Yep.
Yep. The other thing we've had with animals is animal cruelty cases here in the city. And so when you hear people talk about how long animals have been held by our little shelter, the majority of those issues have been related to animal cruelty cases, and you have to hold the dog for so
Yeah.
long.
Okay. Now, I was just gonna get a background of where we start because you already know this. You live here. And I have an idea because pretty much she says the story everybody else says,
Yeah.
but I want to know,
Yeah, we're not
If we
the
can-
only community in South Bear County having
I
issues.
know, everybody else does, but I like to think ahead and, see where's the main and focus on one thing at a time. Because when we make plan, at least when I make plans, I like to work on the scale that I can work and manage. And when I do suggestions, I would like to do things that can be done instead of being good issues, but they take forever and nothing gets done in the middle. So I think the main concern right now we're talking about is we need to have a functioning animal care service. So get everything can be addressed.
Yep.
Otherwise, we talk about these dogs and container and the shelter, everything, but we don't have the head that's going to take care of the animals. So when pick them up, then we are having a little issue here right now. Of course, it's functioning, at least at some grade, but until we don't have the structure, I think we playing a little hard to reach the other goals there on the main.
Well, that was one of the things we were talking about even before the meeting started, was getting the people that we need to fill the positions that we have open. We're looking at different avenues. I've suggested some things to Charles about that. I'll let him decide what's right, but those are just my suggestions. And I'm sure everybody's got something, we all do.
Charles doesn't decide what to write. Charles takes it to council. Council decides what to write.
That's why I take it to you so you can present it.
I like how the place, I've heard.
Well, that's how it works, so I understand that. But we are trying to get somebody to be more actively involved in that. I believe through council, it's come up already that we're looking for a law enforcement officer that would actually be more towards the animal control side.
No, sir.
Okay, then please enlighten me so I can.
No,
I'm
we are
writing things
looking
wrong.
for, we are currently looking for another patrol officer and an animal control officer.
Both.
Okay,
We all peace officers, all licensed peace officers have the authority to enforce animal control. Our municipal police have the authority to enforce every municipal ordinance. Bear County Animal Control cannot operate within the city of Sandy Oaks. Bear County Sheriff's deputies cannot enforce a Sandy Oaks ordinance. Now, they can enforce state laws about animals, but they generally don't. So we need at minimum a full-time animal control officer who's not involved with traffic patrol and all the other things that our officers deal with. So we are looking for two individuals to work under the police department's authority, animal control and patrol officer.
So that's one of our biggest heartaches right now, is having that animal control officer.
okay. And what is the structure of the animal control when you get the officer? Who's gonna make the calls from here?
Say it again.
Once you find the animal control officer, who's gonna be making the calls for the animal control services?
That individual will work directly for the police chief.
For the police chief? Okay,
Yeah, he works for the police chief.
okay,
We have an online submission for ordinance violations where citizens can give the information on their concerns about code violations. Animal control has a direct cell phone number, and the police chief has a direct cell phone number. All functions of Sandy Oaks Police Department can be dispatched through Bear County. An animal at large complaint could be ran through the non-emergency number at Bear County, and it would be dispatched to one of our officers. In the case of a dog attack, Bear County would respond to that call in the city if one of our officers was not available. So,
Yeah, no, I was thinking on a matter, like I say, for example, the dogs that get picked up and they're here, who make the call about what's gonna happen with them? Like in terms of what vet care they're gonna take
There-
care of, or,
there
know.
is no written policy. We're trying to develop that.
okay.
I can tell you how it's going right now.
That helps a lot.
Okay. Normally, the animal control officer is in charge of maintaining the animals. Our public works employees relieve him on alternating weekends because nobody should have to work 7 days a week, 365 days a year. So basically, the care of the dogs is the animal control's officer's duty. Processing animals in, I will tell you right now, an animal that has bitten a citizen out here will be going to the vet for 10 days observation.
Mhm.
If the owner desires to retrieve the dog, they will have to build a containment facility that meets the standard that the dog's not going to get out. If they choose not to redeem their dog from the vet, that dog will be put down. We do not have time, personnel, or facilities to socialize an aggressive dog. Normal routine will be every dog not involved in a dog bite
Mhm.
will be in the kennel for 72 hours before we do anything else to give the owner opportunity to retrieve their animal. If they choose not to do that, then the dog is available for foster, adoption, or transport, or rescue. But if no one has committed for that dog within another 10 days, the dog's going to be put down.
Okay, 10 days.
We can no longer have animals here for 2 and 3 months because nobody will make the hard decision and say they have to be put down. We just cannot support being a rescue organization. We want them to go to rescue. We want them to be adopted, fostered, or transported. But we can no longer say, all right, we're gonna leave Fifi in here for 90 days on the off chance that someone might adopt her. And I know that's harsh.
No, no.
And I know a
it's-
lot of people don't like it, but the reality is the city is not a rescue organization.
No, and I just like to be realistic on the options. Like I say, my heart goes into, when I'm going to try my best to rescue as many dogs as I can.
Oh, absolutely.
Or cats, or
And-
whatever,
and-
everything that moves to me deserve to be
Yeah.
here.
And
But-
other than an unclaimed aggressive animal, I wish every dog had a forever home.
Our preferred choice is to get them to a forever home, flat out.
Yeah, that's,
But the one thing you missed with the vet is we had made the decision that all puppies needed to go to the vet first before going
Yes.
even into our shelter.
yes, there's just a cost for puppy care.
Mhm.
Uh,
Well, and the high part of rates
Yeah.
out there
The parvo rates,
want it.
we,
in the shelter.
we just can't deal with it. If we have puppies, then we have to make a commitment to get them to the age to be spayed and neutered, parvo test, the vaccination series, and
Yeah.
it's just not attainable. And to be quite honest and blunt, and knowing this going on YouTube, I'm still going to say it. Puppies are so cute. We all love them.
Yeah, that's what.
Dogs are not that cute. They eat a lot and crap in the yard, and they become a pain in the butt. And that's why we have the issues that we have out here.
Puppies.
Yeah, if a puppy never grew up, they'd all be taken care of.
I understand your logic, and it's even in the ancient time they say that you want to end up with some bad. Why you don't take the animal that is causing kill every one single of them and start from zero? You know, that's not realistic and that's not nice either. But it was the way they put it, say you're trying to solve something, but you let it grow another way, so you're never going to finish with it. So either you clean it up and start with a blank slate, or you don't. But in this case, I understand about the puppies because yeah, they can get sick pretty quickly, and it's really hard to lose them because they take care of many sick puppies, and a lot of make it, but a lot of them need a pretty long, you know,
But parvo would,
yeah.
would
What's it cost to treat parvo? I don't know.
contaminate everything.
It's not a cost of treating parvo, it's how, if you know how to treat it.
Right.
Because some play doctors you can take them, they can say you $300 for medicines and stuff for puppy. And sometimes they ask you to put these bags and put the needle on their back and get a bag of water because they die for dehydration, most of it, not the parvo itself, but dehydration. And but I know some people that are very good. I have a neighbor right here that she say puppies with parvo, and she take amoxicillin and she put medicine on it, and she got them out. And she's good at that. But you know, it depends on. But vetting care is really
When you-
expensive.
But the problem with parvo is that if it was to get into the yard
Stays in the ground.
or
For 1 year.
it
Very
stays there.
contagious,
Very
Yeah.
contagious.
very deadly for the animals.
You
We
can
lost
track it
a
on your
foster
shoes
because of
while
that.
walking through the yard. that
And
has
if an adult dog comes in and is not having its shots or is not healthy, it can get it too.
Mhm.
That's
Yeah.
a bad thing about that.
Yeah.
See,
So it
that's what
would
I
be-
understand. It's
it-
very high
literally-
expense.
Literally,
be-
if
it
you pick
would
up a
be-
litter of pups and take them to be euthanized, you have to disinfect and sanitize your truck before you pick up another vehicle. Animal.
Yeah,
And there's specific sanitation and cleaning
yeah.
products you have to use.
Yeah, but I mean, that's bad. Distemper is worse, but you know, they go hand by hand. But the thing is, puppies, it will be, they're okay as long as you keep them out of ground. You
Mhm.
know, there you put in a place where it's just cement and stuff. It's much easier to care for them and you know, sanitize every day with chlorine, whatever. But you're gonna let them loose in the ground, that's when the troubles start. So the best thing for puppies would be have a room just for puppies, you know. Let's say, okay, this room is puppy room and that's it.
Parvo actually is transmitted from the mother to the puppies.
Mhm.
So they are actually born with parvo.
In addition to the ability to get it from
From the ground.
surfaces.
And
It's like kittens with worms.
exactly.
But
So
They're born, they got them.
Those are the
If
two.
they're not treated correctly, a parvo dog, it's a horrible death. I've seen. I've watched
Does that answer everything for you?
I'm sorry?
Does that answer everything for you?
Just one more question. So the main question was, so who made the call, what dog get euthanized and what dog stays? The officer?
You see,
Yes.
it depends.
Okay.
By law, the animal control officer has the authority to euthanize or order an injured or sick dog euthanized. We do not have a written policy for retention. So basically the animal control officer will make a call. This dog is aggressive
Mhm.
and that animal would be euthanized. Other than that, our currently working policy is 3 days for retention, 10 days to get a commitment. I personally don't have an issue with if we have a commitment from a rescue or someone wanting to adopt within 10 days after the 3-day owner availability period. I don't have an issue with doing what we have to do to keep the dog up to another month.
Okay,
But because I know we have to meet the standards of a rescue group or a transport group, but just the endless.
yeah, no, I see. No, but I was just wondering because who make the calls? Yes, in base of, for example, right now, the German Shepherd is leaving Friday.
Yep.
They're already gonna pick her on Friday. She already had a rescue that's gonna take her. The boxer is leaving in then 12 or 13 of this month. And we're pushing the puppy to also to leave soon, as soon as possible, the black glove. So those three pretty much are already account for.
Yep.
But it's been thank you to Priscilla that she's been doing anything she can on top of what she has to do. She's been running to the bed and she's asking me what else we need, and trying to tell her what the rescue's asking for, and trying to get everything together so they're ready to go and everybody's happy. And I appreciate all that she does and all you guys do to try to help to get these dogs out instead of just saying, oh, just that's it. Let's not deal with it. So I just was wondering if you got an animal control officer, that would be the person to whom the rescue will have to work with, at the basis of telling them we need 5 days more, or the transport is leaving this day, all the information, and
Yeah,
we need these chats and.
Yeah, if there's a commitment, there's no problem with the animal staying until
Okay.
they.
Yeah, the animal control officer, when he's in place, is the primary contact
Okay.
for rescues and
Okay.
such.
Yeah, that's pretty
Is,
much.
is the chief still working on the policy manual? Because we had one that was close to being done.
To be honest, I have not asked that question in probably a month or so. It just has not risen to the top of my priority list. I will make a note to follow up and ask him amongst many other questions.
Now, my other question is, some rescues ask for the dogs to be bedded before they take them. Is that an issue, or is that okay with
They
you?
asked
To
for,
be, they have their shots,
To go to a vet and have
Yeah.
all their shots.
all their shots, spaniel and everything. And some rescues don't. Some will take them, like the black lab, they're gonna take them as it is.
yeah,
So, but
generally speaking, we can run a dog through and get the shots at less than the cost of euthanizing.
okay.
So, the difference in the vet cost between euthanizing and getting the vaccines
Okay.
is not tremendous.
Okay. No, I was just asking because it's a budget. When it's man involved, it's always good to know how, what can be done, or what can be done, or what cannot be done. So
Yeah.
I know.
Currently, the numbers I've seen, it's about a balance. I think it's actually a little more expensive to euthanize than it is to run the vaccines that they need.
Yeah.
Because even veterinarians don't want to euthanize.
No, they don't. Yeah, okay.
Would
That
it
sounds
be
good.
possible for us to take our animals that are in shelter here to the penny paws down at the park.
That's
To
one,
get, to
that's
get
one
their
thing
shots.
that had been discussed
I don't remember it being discussed, but
Well,
it's,
some time ago.
you haven't been
it's a
here.
thought, exactly. It's a thought that I'm having because of the cost of what it takes to go to a brick and mortar vet. And if it is possible, I'd like to talk about how they'd be transported. Because I know what we got out here for a truck is an open bed pickup truck with a crate in it, which is not, I would say it's not the best humane way to deal with these animals.
That's actually a question for council. Yeah.
Okay, but you to bring up.
I am looking at used animal control vehicles.
Well, this is something I think Debbie ought to be bringing up to council for us.
Some of them are fairly affordable
Mhm.
with climate controlled cages and equipment storage facilities would be a much better match than what we got here.
That's a great idea. I was telling Priscilla about
Yeah,
a
let's go to
place
the next
down
council.
on Sarsamora that is called Wellness on Wheels. And I always use them. And they, for $20 a year, they discounted 10%. But for whatever it is that you do the chats and everything. But the prices are very affordable. Like to give them all the chats and the heartworm test, when you discount, is $63. And include Bordetella, DHPP, rabies, a heartworm test, which is important. So, and if you're gonna fix them, they charge only 125 per male and 145 for female, minus the discount. So for 180 or less, you get it fixed and all the chats.
Mhm.
So, and like I say, it's a good place. I always use it. And they're down on Sarsamora, but they don't charge you doctor visit. And that's why
Mhm.
I noticed in some of the forms that they send me that I can send with the dogs, the prices, and I think it's like I think we could save a little money here.
Well, that's what I was
And
saying.
that's
penny
about what
paws,
penny paws is.
they already come to.
Yeah,
San
but
Diego.
I don't know if they do
They don't do spay and
the
neuter.
Spaniard.
That's the one they don't do.
They don't do
Yeah.
spay and neuter.
So maybe the
Right.
chats can be done here, but I was
Wherever,
thinking about
I'm
the
just thinking of different ways to help save money.
yeah.
Wherever we can get it least expensive, but still get quality care, that'd be awesome.
Yeah, no, they're
Speaking
great.
of penny paws, does anybody know when they're coming again?
I saw the sign up. So I'm assuming Saturday.
This week,
Really?
yeah, that'd be about 2 weeks when they
We
were
need
last
to
year.
get that info out. Saturday. And the other
Penny
thing was,
paws,
is
yeah.
are we gonna do a
In a hospice shop
shop
by a
clinic?
child under
I
18.
mean,
Yeah.
are we gonna do a microchipping clinic again sometime soon?
Haven't got a clue.
Go back to reading that AOC.
We need to have somebody that can do the microchipping. Well, the only one I know of is Lynette. And I don't know what her schedule or availability is like anymore.
I sent her a message via Facebook. I know we guaranteed a payment when she did the microchipping. But it's not written down anywhere. Yeah, and I told her, give me the numbers and I'll make sure that you get paid, and I've had no response. So I'm just stuck in a position of ignorance, and then if you ladies want to address that, I'd be more than happy to hear.
You have more connection with her, don't you?
I have another question. I'm
Kevin's
sorry, I
contract.
know. But do you have I was looking do you have a records and everything, all the dogs and everything that's been going on here? Or a matter of having a control of, the animals that we having coming and going?
I have access to what's it called?
Pet Point.
Pet Point. Have you ever gotten access to Pet Point yet?
Nope.
Neither. You might be able to, but you would probably have to call Pet Point and tell them, one of you, that the person they were working with is no longer
Okay,
involved. I have access to, I mean, I can get into it and I can see everything from the last 3 years, I think, 3 or 4 years. Other than what's current, up until Dalton left, I can see everything because they're not being entered anymore. But I can't change anything. I can't add anybody. I don't have administrative privileges. I only have access to it.
okay. I will,
It's valuable
So-
and it's paid for.
yeah.
Yeah, no, the reason why I was asking because I noticed that when we come and we talk about the German Shepherd, this, and we don't have any really number or control or something that we refer, because you can have 10 German Shepherds and one day we come and say, what about the German Shepherd? Which one?
Yeah,
Nice.
normally that would go right into Pet
Okay,
Point.
and
Well,
so that's one of the things that I didn't know you have like a file or something where you keep, the records. So, but I guess it's on the computer, so it's fine.
It's all
I
contained in
can
the computer
address
program.
that. We have an app. And every time an animal gets picked up, a code violation ticket should be created. And we could enter the identification of the animal. One of our things for an owner to retrieve their animal, they have to agree to have it microchipped. And our ordinance requires that they register that microchip with the city.
Dalton was looking at doing those, the ACO doing them before they release the dog.
What's
That
that?
way, doing the microchip and inputting, registering it
Yeah,
directly themselves before our ACO, before the dog is released to the
Yes.
person.
yeah.
That way, there's no question that it's
Uh,
done or not.
No, and I think, we should not release an animal
Until it's done.
that's not microchipped and the owner signs a contract that if the animal's not spayed or neutered, they will have that done in 30 days.
And
If they
vaccinations
don't
up
want
to
to
date.
agree to that, we should never release an animal.
Yeah.
It's turning back a functioning adult animal to the same condition just multiplies the issues.
Yeah.
And I'll step out and say particularly males.
Yeah.
Uh,
The advantage of entering into Pet Point also was they can be marked as microchipped, but also you can search multiple different ways to find the same household, same street, same dog, same whatever. And over years span, multiple years span.
Where you can start putting together repeat offenses.
Yeah.
People who have animals coming in like a puppy mill almost,
well,
Right, yeah,
and be able to put
exactly,
shut stuff
the
like
key to that is the
that.
microchipping and
right.
identification.
Absolutely.
And that's why I'm such a hard case on no animal should leave this facility
Unchipped.
back into our community unchipped.
Right.
No, you're
That's
absolutely.
why,
If we're transporting it to Canada, I don't care if it's
Yeah,
chipped or
no,
not,
they love
but-
it that you microchip it, but I haven't told them you will because I know it's another expense. So
Right.
that's the only
But that's-
reason why I keep,
but
you know what I'm
that's,
saying?
that's
But they
the
loved it to be microchip for sure.
that's the reason Dalton was going to make that part of the normal routine, that he would do it here at our facility, so that it would automatically be entered. And it's not hard. We have all the equipment. We have the scanner, we have the gun, we have the chips, we have everything we need to do it. Just have to have bodies to do it.
You just need a shooter,
Mhm.
We're back to the ACO position again.
Yeah,
Well, that can be anybody, as long
Yeah,
as
you-
they can train to do it.
huh? Last question, promise for now.
It's okay.
What about cats?
We are currently fairly well ignoring cats.
Okay.
They're
Uh,
good keeping snakes away from your property.
No, I love cats. I just wondering, since we talk about
Well-
dogs, I just wanna make sure what's the policy with kitties.
Yeah,
Somewhere
no,
we-
the policy for cats is the same as dogs, spayed, neutered, and
Microchip.
microchipped.
Okay.
Uh, If you're going to declare a cat colony, it needs to be registered. Uh, I'll be real honest, I feed the pharaohs and the squirrels and the possums and the raccoons and an occasional turtle that comes by.
Somewhere we have a
Somebody
list
here.
of like there were 5 different, what was it, 5 or 6 cat colonies. I know Nick had one. Somewhere we have a list that might be in Pet Point.
Cat colonies, what is this? Please.
They're
enlighten-
Feral
cats.
cat.
I understand
feral
feral cats.
They're neutered and their ears are chipped.
Okay.
They're clipped, so you know that they're
But they
neutered,
all
but they're
are,
wild.
but for instance, Nick's colony, he has 25 to 30 cats. Came with the property he lives on. You know.
I understand how that is. I bought
But he
houses
has
and all of a sudden
25
I
to
got
30
pets I didn't
cats.
know I had.
And at one time, City Base changed their way of doing it, but at one time, we had a certain amount of cats that were going to City Base trap neuter release program to be fixed, feral cats. Problem is, you have to catch the feral cat, you have to get them there by a certain time.
And there's a good reason people should support feral cat colonies.
Yeah,
Yeah. I like
When
that.
you eliminate all the feral cats,
Mhm.
there becomes a vacuum and other predators come in.
Yeah.
Coyotes and bobcats, and
That's what it is.
I'd rather have a feral cat.
Mhm.
I'd rather have feral
Yeah,
cats
no,
that are neutered and everything
Yeah.
than the snakes and the rats and the mice and the,
Well, yeah, the feral cats actually play a very big part in the food chain.
right,
And it's like anything else. You take out one section of the food chain, something else is gonna take its place.
Yep.
Something that you don't want.
Yeah, no, I'm happy that you have the idea here. I mean, I was just concerned thinking if a cat ever come here, because I don't have a rescue for cats, I go, I'm gonna go if they come
Well,
cat.
To be honest,
Whenever kittens show up, there's usually somebody that may show up and grab them quick.
Yeah.
They don't last long around here.
yeah, to be honest, we're concentrating on dogs,
Okay, good.
that
make me breathe now.
because they are the ones that have less than pleasant interactions with our residents.
Okay.
You know, a feral cat, you walk out and they run away.
Even your own cat.
Feral dog, you walk out and he says, dinner. So,
Okay, yeah,
Isn't
no,
that the truth?
we did have a TNR program going where we had, what, 20 cats a month, I think it was.
yeah,
We
I
were
think
taking-
we were doing 20 cats a month there for a while.
But then they closed and I don't know if they've opened up again or not.
No.
And we did it intentionally because if we don't do that, then every 5 or 6 weeks or whatever time period is, you got a
10 more
explosion.
kittens showing up from those
Oh,
two cats.
easily.
Yeah, cats reproduce very quickly. Them and rabbits, they got a lot in common.
thank you, that was very informative.
Me too, I like carrots.
Okay, nobody else has anything else?
So did this give you something?
Yeah, they give me plenty of info because now I know what are the basis of this, this settlement service? I know it's already have a file where they keep order of the, because it's easier. I mean, I like to work when things are planned, like I say, and follow up into, and I like organization, in other words. If I know exactly what I'm working with, then I know what am I supposed to change or what am I supposed to do. So that's what I know some of the questions might sound silly, but for me, give me a lot of information that I need to process and think, okay, so this is where we are right now. What can I do to help? Or what ideas I have that I can improve and somehow, or maybe an idea of mine will work, but somebody will get an idea from that idea. And, and I just wanted to make my visiting here really something that helps. I mean, I love to say the chair now besides that one, but but it's more like that I really can make a change.
Yes.
I can make a difference. So that's why I like to ask questions and stuff. So
That's actually why we're all here.
Yeah.
Want to make a change.
I'm
For the
glad-
better.
We
I'm-
want
I'm
to
glad
make
to
things
say
better
that.
for everybody else. Try to get people to step forward and do just that.
Yeah,
Okay, so if nobody has anything else.
No, I can think of many other things, but no.
We're adjourned at 7:29.
Oh, that's
Okay.
good.
7:29, we stand adjourned.